Good afternoon, Santa Cruz County Public Media family. We are very excited to see you guys again. We are in another segment of Meet Your Local Candidates, and I have the pleasure to have today with us Supervisor Rudy Molera. Welcome to your studio of We Love Nogales, Mr. Molera, Supervisor Molera. I want to share with you first that your interview, and like I share all the time to our beautiful audience, it will be on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, Spotify, YouTube, We Love Nogales, and Facebook, and Instagram, and in TikTok. So,
wow.
Welcome to our studio.
You got an audience.
Yes, and I'm always very thankful to our audience because we have audience all over the world, but mainly from our Santa Cruz County Public Media, and we always take pride of our followers because we always mention, there are organic followers, people that wants to follow, that wants to get to know about We Love Nogales, they wants to get to know about Santa Cruz County, and to our amazing guests, our leaders on our community, and the people, the businesses here. So thank you so much to all of our followers. Thank you for sitting with us here, watching another segment of Meet Your Local Candidates. And today, you are our current supervisor for District Number 2.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're seeking for re-election. And before we start, to introduce yourself and to share about all your accomplishments during all these years and your background, I would love to hear from you, what is the supervisor in District Number 2 for all our new voters, for all our new audience that just came in maybe in Santa Cruz County and they're about to vote for the first time. So what is the supervisor in District 2, the regio, the part?
Does it encompass? Before I do that, Maritza, I want to thank you for the opportunity. I want to thank Edgardo. And wow, what a beautiful studio.
Thank you.
I want to thank my family, my committee, my incredible wife,
yes,
because she is amazing. I'm truly blessed. 35 years, and she's just amazing. I thank her for what she does and her companionship. District 2 encompasses, it starts on First Avenue by Carpenter.
Okay.
And it basically is on the west side of Grand Avenue, and it moves all the way north towards, it encompasses Mariposa, Valle Verde, and then I jump right a little bit to Chula Vista, Pete's Kitchen, that area in there, Garden View Drive, and I'm still on the west side, Alameda Hills, Ruby Road, and I go all the way up to right before you get to Tumacacuri on the west side.
Oh, wow.
So, and there's some amazing, beautiful areas out there in Rio Rico that I've had the opportunity to visit every time I campaign and during the year when we go visit issues we have out there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and thank you for sharing that. I think it's very important for our whole audience, new voters, even old voters that maybe they're moving from district to district or from different states, to hear about the areas and also our supervisors. What is the job of a supervisor?
A supervisor basically represents their area, and you represent Santa Cruz County. You represent it at the local level, you represent it at the state, and at the national level in our association meetings. We make decisions when it comes to budget, to all kinds of issues happening in Santa Cruz County. But our decisions are done in a board meeting, and these board meetings are held twice a month. The first week of the month, and the third week of the month. And then typically when legislation starts at the state level, we go up to our association meetings once a month. We have small countings Wednesday night, and then the following day we have our full association meeting, which encompasses approximately about 60 supervisors from throughout the state.
Oh, wow, okay.
And I was blessed with the opportunity to be the president of the association during COVID. My colleagues confided in me, and it was a challenging time, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I was truly blessed to be in that situation.
Well, yes, because so right now you are the supervisor for our District 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Rudy Molera. And how long have you been a supervisor?
I'm going on 16 years.
16 years.
This is my 4th term. I'm running for one more, and 20 years I feel is enough. Then we'll give someone else an opportunity. That's my agenda.
Wow. And Supervisor Molera, I have to ask you too, why are you seeking for re-election again this time? I know I'm looking at your card right now, and we see all the banners from different people running for different positions, and I see yours often in our area, and I see your car, and in your car it shows that the future projects that you're interested in, being part of it, as well as your past accomplishments. So with your question of why you're seeking for re-election, if you would like to share also the information.
Absolutely, yeah. There's many reasons why I want to continue as a county supervisor. One, we've established a great networking situation at the federal level, at the state level, and at the local level. We have great partners, the Port Authority, the City of Nogales, the school districts. We have incredible partnerships here locally, at the state level as well. We have established, Consuelo Hernandez is our state legislator, and she's brought back funds. As a matter of fact, just recently she brought back $500,000 that were a go-between to our training center, and I believe the other.
And here's your.
The other is My Kid.
Okay. Yes.
These
we
funds
heard about it. Yes.
are for individuals with disabilities, and she also helped with our sheriff radios that we just got funding for. She also helped with our Ruby Road situation there, where we're looking to reconfigure that whole area, and I'll get into that a little bit more. But at the national level, we've really made some major strides. We've brought back close to, I'm going to say $10 million in the last 2 years. As a matter of fact, we brought enough money for our bridge. That's the Potrero Bridge that's going to fly over the railroad. People won't have to stop at the railroad there anymore.
That's amazing.
and it's nice. And speaking of future projects, Exit 12 and Exit 17 is going to be reconfigured, and we're also going to work on both frontages. You know how on the east frontage you only have one way on a certain section?
Yes.
I've had situations where I'm riding my bike on Rio Rico Drive, and I see a car pass me early in the morning, and then I go through the east frontage, and that same car is going to work at the produce. So guess what's happening? A lot of these cars are coming in, and there's congestion on Exit 12. That's why Exit 12 is so congested. Now, by opening up those going two ways, it's going to really alleviate those two intersections.
Awesome.
And that's on the 5-year plan, so that should be
Awesome.
that's one project we're working on with the Port Authority, where we're both going up there and lobbying at the state and federal level for funding.
That's great news for District Number 2. I also see on the future projects that you have listed Damon Park tennis and pickleball courts and soccer and football fields. And I am a resident in Rio Rico, and
you're right next door.
Yes,
I want to commend you and your husband. We just visited yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
And I want to thank Shannon for introducing us to you and your husband,
Oh,
because
of course, it's a pleasure.
M&B Orchard it's called?
M&M, Family Orchard.
M&M, yes. Why did I say M&B? But it's great what you're doing for the youth of our community.
Thank you.
And we want to definitely team up with you.
Yes, and that's why, my question about we love to see all this support for our youth, youth programs like Cero Stress Movement just opened recently, their youth center right here. And we know parks are getting remodeled and tennis courts here around our area. And it's very exciting also to see that it's part of like an upcoming project on District 2 to start getting also a development in our youth and, a thought about them. And at the end, they will be our future leaders in our community, and this is very exciting for all of them.
Absolutely. We, through the years, have built 13 miles of walking trails.
Yes.
And those walking trails are used constantly, both on the west side and the east side.
Yeah.
And we also added a cycling area. I really fought hard for that.
Yes,
and we got on Pendleton, there's a cycling area, and we're getting ready to start the tennis courts, and we're also getting ready to start a walking trail on Maricopa by my neighborhood.
That's awesome.
People there walk in a loop every morning, and so I owe it to them to build the walking trail there.
Yes, awesome. And thank you for sharing all those details, because sometimes with work, running, our children, our family, like to schools, to different places, after school activities, and sometimes it's hard for us, the people that live around the area, to be present on those board meetings or to get to know all these details. But thank you for the information as well, because as a supervisor, sharing all those details about what it's going on, what it has been working during that time, it's very informative and very good for us, for the audience to get to know also where some part of the budget it's being planned to be spent. And also great news to hear about, the supervisors are always, or also, thinking about, the youth and how can you all be supportive of all of them.
And one of the things that you need to know, Maritza, is that it's not me, it's us. It's our board, is our staff. Our staff's incredible.
Yes.
And our partnerships, like the school districts. One great partnership we had was during COVID. Mariposa really came through the city of Nogales with the gymnasium, and we led. I think we led the nation in vaccination rate.
Wow.
It was so organized, and my compliments to the whole team effort. And that's how you operate. I think when you work with more people, more ideas, more resources.
Exactly.
And that's my personal philosophy.
Yes, exactly. And it's always it's better when you participate together. It makes a stronger base, and it makes a stronger Santa Cruz County, a stronger city, when we all work together. Supervisor Rudy Bax Molera, I want to also ask about, budget, about our county. How does a supervisor listen and oversee and make decisions about the budgets in our county. As a supervisor, what decisions can you make when it's about combining efforts with the Treasury Department to the whole district?
Good thing you mentioned it. It's our black eye right now. We operate under, well, let me take a step back. I got elected by the people. The treasurer gets elected. She's got an elected position. And the treasurer is the bank. She's the bank for all our entities. Santa Cruz County, the school districts, the fire districts, everybody. And her job is to be the bank for us. Now, we obviously need to supersede and look over everything. The entity that is in charge of auditing everybody, and normally they don't let anything go by, is the state auditors. The state auditor auditors us, they auditor the school districts, they auditor the treasurer. And you know, I can't really talk much about it because it's still under investigation. But I just wanted, I want the people to see how the makeup is. And our budget is, and I commend Mr. Chavez because he does a great job. He sets our budget for the year, and we maintain to budget every year. All our departments, I want to thank all our departments too, because they do a great job at communicating with our county manager and staying to budget. And that's really critical. You know, we're going to deal with this issue when it comes up. It's still under investigation because we have to go through fine tooth and comb, and you know, it's very complex, but we will deal with it. The FBI is involved, we're involved aggressively, and that's what I want people to know.
I see. And thank you for sharing again. Thank you for sharing, you know, all this information that you can share as our active supervisor from District 2, and we appreciate it. And thank you also for, you know, for sharing all those all the news that goes in when there's, you know, something such an investigation, funding, and how does it work? Because I think, you know, it's important for all of us also to understand a little bit or as much as we want on how will that work about, you know, making decisions with budgets and knowing how the decisions are made with how much funding for schools, how much funding for first responders, how much funding for the whole city, for our youths, for, you know, for construction, for all those needs that, you know.
And there's a lot of different kinds of funding. There's your general fund, which basically pays your normal salaries. And then there's grants. You mentioned grants.
Yes.
Our superintendent of schools has done an amazing job of pulling in a lot of money, and he's really established a lot of programs. And I want to commend Mr. Velasquez because he's done an amazing job with that program.
Agree. And, sé que Mr. Velázquez siempre ve We Love Nogales, así que le vamos a mandar un saludote como siempre.
Love you, buddy.
Sí, es uno de nuestros buenos aliados también para pasar noticias a nuestra comunidad. Y a la misma vez pienso también que es una buena integración, como habla usted y lo habló hace poquito en inglés, pero sé que también habla español.
Sí, como no.
Entonces, para pasar esa información a nuestra comunidad, habló aquí nuestro supervisor del distrito número 2, Rudy Molera, de muchas cosas muy significativas en el distrito, como budgeting, como los planes que ha hecho y los planes que va a hacer. Entonces también me gustaría, adelante.
Una cosa que quiero también avisar es de que cuando yo entré en época muy difícil porque acababa de tronar la economía y luego acababan de tumbar el puente de Chulavista.
Wow.
Así es que, y el puente está en mi distrito.
Ajá.
Y yo le debo muchas gracias a la gente de Chulavista porque ellos siempre estuvieron conmigo durante esa época que no iban ni a hacer el puente. Y luego en junta con uno de los coroneles en Davis Mountain, nos avisó que quería hacer un puentecito por atrás de Chulavista, un puentecito chico nada más y sacarlo en el frontage, que iba a ser un fracaso para nuestros negocios de legumbre. Y yo les dije, ¿saben qué? Tienen que hacer ese puente. Y lo logramos. Y digo, vamos a lo que está pasando ahorita. Hemos pasado etapas difíciles como condado, pero cuando uno lucha y lucha unido, se logra y se sale adelante. Y es lo que vamos a hacer con el favor de Dios.
Muchas gracias. Y supervisor del distrito número 2, Rudy Molera. Me encantaría que se dirigiera a la audiencia de cómo votar, si ya les llegaron sus mail ballots para votar temprano. Y vamos a decir que si a lo mejor no las mandaron ya, porque pienso que ya estamos bien cerquita del deadline.
Sí, todavía se puede mandar
Ajá.
por correo. Quedan algunos días.
Sí.
Si llegan al viernes, sábado, ya no les recomiendo que lo manden por correo, que lo vayan y lo dejen en uno de los drop boxes.
Muy bien.
Es más, sería hasta mejor que lo dejen en un drop box, así no tienen que andar con que si va a llegar o no va a llegar, porque en veces el correo se va hasta Phoenix y luego devuelve especialmente las boletas. Es una opción. La segunda opción es ir al condado. Pueden ir a votar ahí en persona ahorita. Tienen hasta el viernes, creo, el viernes a las 6 de la tarde, creo que me dijo esta señora Moreno, la County Recorder, que pueden votar hasta el viernes a las 6 de la tarde. Y la última opción va a ser el día de la elección, de 7 de la mañana a las 7 de la tarde, el día 30, que viene siendo la semana que entra.
Así que tenemos varias fechas para votar y les hemos pedido siempre que nos sentamos con cada líder de nuestra comunidad o algún líder que está buscando un puesto de liderazgo en Santa Cruz County o en la ciudad, que inviten a nuestro público, inviten a nuestra audiencia a votar. Estamos seguros y We Love Nogales y Santa Cruz County Public Media, estamos seguros de que esta temporada de votación vamos a subir porcentajes de votar porque estamos nosotros también, estamos enseñándoles a las personas y expandiendo ese conocimiento que tienen acerca de votar y de lo importante que es. Pero yo le quiero dejar aquí las cámaras para que usted invite a nuestra comunidad en inglés y en español a que salgan a votar. Y de qué manera lo pueden hacer, cómo lo van a ver a usted, supervisor por el distrito número 2 ahora mismo, buscando por reelección, Rudy Molera, cómo lo van a ver en el ballot y cómo ellos pueden votar si es la primera vez que a lo mejor están votando.
En el ballot va a salir el nombre Rudy Molera.
Muy bien.
Y hay que ponerle el círculo. Y gracias por su apoyo. Otra cosa que quería mencionar y me voy a volver a las votaciones, pero que es un tema muy importante porque no ha votado bastante gente. Tenemos que salir a votar, es muy importante. Pero uno de los detalles muy importantes de mis campañas es de que yo voy y hablo con la gente, voy y toco puertas. Y es muy importante porque escuchas los detalles y los asuntos. Y uno de los asuntos que ahorita está muy difícil, que la gente los tiene desesperados y ansiosos. Es la basura, la basura. Y vamos a empezar una campaña. El mes que entra voy a tener una junta, un open house, y ahí vamos a empezar una campaña. Empezó una organización, un non-profit que se llama Santa Cruz Shining. Ellos están haciendo un muy, muy buen papel con eso. Y vamos a unirnos con ellos para empezar una campaña al nivel de todo el condado.
Awesome.
Para que todos tomemos más orgullo en nuestra comunidad.
Yeah, of course.
Parece que no hay en ciertas áreas y ocupamos ese orgullo.
Yeah.
Ese era un detalle que quería,
Muy bien, sí, claro.
un asunto que está pendiente, que se tiene que arreglar.
Exacto.
Las votaciones, es muy importante que vayan a votar.
Sí, por favor.
Voten por el que quieran. Voten por mí, obviamente, pero...
Sí.
Y una cosa es pónganle mucha atención a las votaciones, porque hay gente que creo que tienen que escribir hasta el nombre.
Sí.
Así es que si ocupan ayuda, ahí hay gente para ayudarles.
Claro.
El día de las votaciones, y si van a votar al condado también. Les recomiendo, por favor, vayan a votar.
Sí, cómo no.
Get out there and vote, please.
Yes.
We need your vote. We need you to get out there and exercise your right.
Yes, exactly.
And great news for us Democrats. Really great news.
Yes, yes.
It's a breath of fresh air.
Yes. Yes.
Kamala Harris
Yes.
is a breath of fresh air for us, and I think we should get on that bandwagon and support her.
Yes, exactly. And like you're sharing, Mr. Molera, we need to go and vote. We need to exercise that right and that responsibility. And we're sure that our audience, our people that are watching us, they have been seeing the meet your local candidates. And if you have your ballots, go ahead and vote. You can go and take it now to your county area. You can go inside in person as well. There's people that will be supporting you on how to. So don't be afraid to ask, because we want everyone in Santa Cruz County to go and vote, to pick up their ballots and start voting and start filling out the write-ins. And yes, it is an exciting time for Democrats, to hear the news and to hear, the excitement, and say, like, okay, I'm ready to vote. Like,
Yes.
let's do this. And also county-wise and city-wise, that we have to go and exercise that privilege, and at the same time, to have that feeling of that we count and our vote matters. So let's go
Absolutely.
out. Let's go vote. Mr. Molera, I don't want to leave anything behind that you might have on your agenda or your notes, because we always mention this time is for our local candidates to express themselves, to talk, to get to know our beautiful audience that we have in Santa Cruz County, and for us as an audience to get to know everyone that sits on that chair. Supervisor Rudy Bugs Molera is running for District 2. And yes, please, this is your time, so share.
I want to add one more thing. I want
Yes.
to thank Adriana Romero from the Border Echo, because she spearheaded a group. She called me about 3 weeks ago and said, Mr. Molera, do you want to join us? We want to start a Rio Rico Boys and Girls Club.
Awesome.
And
Great
guess
news.
what? We've had 2 meetings, and the Santa Cruz Valley School District
Unified School,
35
yeah.
is on board. We're on board, and it's
That's very
happening.
exciting. That's
it's super
very
exciting.
Wow.
It's great for our youth.
Yes, amazing
You can
news.
partner up with them.
Yes, exactly, definitely. So that's great news for everyone. And at the same time, we always share, this is an opportunity for all of us to work together, to engage together. And I mean, we're here and we live here because we love Nogales, we love our Santa Cruz County. And let's all, if I don't know a leader on our community, just go and ask and, have a talk with one of your leaders and interchange thoughts, because you're mentioning you're being going door to door, you listen to the people, you're being in this position for 16 years. And, let's hear about questions that you might have as an audience. And I know, Mr. Molera, that we will be sharing your email right now on our screens. So if you have any questions, please reach out.
My personal email is bugsmolera@gmail.com. If you have any questions, concerns, I'm there at your liberty. And, one of the things that I also want to mention is that we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. We all make mistakes, but we need to, if we make a mistake, we need to recognize it.
Yes.
And typically that's my philosophy. I've made mistakes and in the past, and you just rectify them.
Right.
Is what you do.
Yeah, and that's how
we're
we
human.
learn. Yeah, exactly.
It's the human element. But thank you
Yes,
for
of course.
having me.
Of course.
What a beautiful studio.
Thank you.
I want to make more visits.
Of course, and this is open for everyone, for any leader on our community that would like to come and sit down with us, talk about your projects, talk about your business. We are here to support our community, and we are here to support our county and worldwide as well. I will be traveling to Alaska tomorrow. Thank you. And thank you so much. And I will be interviewing through We Love Nogales leaders worldwide. I will be interviewing different people around the United States and in Mexico. So we're very proud for that, for how We Love Nogales is growing. But at the same time, we love to see it here in a way that we can talk open to the person that sits next to us. Because as you mentioned, we all make mistakes, but we learn from them. And then at the same time, it's a place to be open and to be engaged and to listen to our audience, because we do get requests and messages and we send them back and we redirect them to the people that they ask. So this is a place for everyone. You are more than welcome, Supervisor Molera, to come anytime, give us updates. This is the space for everyone. Thank you for coming to our studio. Good luck to you. And don't forget to vote. We will be waiting for you to go and exercise that right. And we will see you very soon in another segment of either Meet Your Local Candidates or Border Connections. I will be in Alaska starting tomorrow, and I will be showing you different interviews with different leaders on our community and about places. And all this will be brought to you from We Love Nogales and Santa Cruz County Public Media. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And anything else, Mr. Molera?
That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, of course, and thank you for watching us. I will see you very soon, and thank you again for your time. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.